Can you guys hear me? I'm just checking to see if everything is working okay. Make sure you guys can hear me. Yay! They had an update to my software like 15 minutes ago, so that's why I'm scrambling here at this point. Let me make sure I turn off all my devices. I don't want to get any red lights from streaming. Okay, hi Ann. Hi Gerald. Hi Sue. Hi Kathy. Glad you all made it. Gonna have a little bit of fun today. Let me pull up Winter Chicken Dinner so people can start looking and make sure that they have numbers, that they haven't been removed because they got drawn or missed a prize. So, or just haven't ever picked a number. Right there. And there's the Winter Chicken Dinner board. And just cover the rules real quick. You have to be present to win. If you're not present, your number goes back in the kitty for somebody else to pick. And then the next time you are here, you'll have to pick a new number to participate. I quit taking numbers at 7:15. I scared you. I'm sorry, Kathy. I didn't mean to scare you. Your Winter Chicken Dinner went out today, Kathy. I apologize that it is so late being mailed. I had an issue. I had some orders on my website, and I couldn't get my shipping to work. And lo and behold, it was because there was one digit missing off of somebody's address, and it bogged down the whole thing, and it wouldn't let me do any shipping. So I ended up having to go to the post office with most of that today, but it is on the way to you. Hi, Joan. Hi, Sue. Sue B is here. Hi, Alice. So, Winter Chicken Dinner, of course, you have your number. If you don't have a number, pick a number. Please keep your number until it's drawn or you've missed a week. You can't win more than twice in a 4-week span, which nobody has done here lately since we've been changed up on our game. There are the available numbers. If they do not have a name beside it, you can choose that number. Hi, Marissa. We're going to have some fun today. This project is quick and easy. I also want to give a shout out to Rhonda Morales, Patreon supporter. I thank you. I thank all of my Patreon supporters. I appreciate you guys very, very, very much. And my moderators, of course. Awesome group of girls, ladies. And one of them has a birthday coming up. I bet y'all can't guess who. Happy birthday to you. Let's see. Yep, that'd be her. Before we have our next live, she will have gracefully aged another year. Susie has a birthday coming up. So what projects has everybody been working on this week? Anybody have any problems with any of their projects? Looks like so far everybody has a number. I'm going to switch over to let you guys see my pretty face and my messed up hair. I had to wash paint out of it about 30 minutes ago. Hi! Like I said, don't pay attention. My hair is really, really, really messed up. I had red paint, a big streak right, right in the top of it. Birthday wishes for Sue. I should have left it in. Yeah, really. Red metallic. It was just like a big streak right through here. I have been working on signs this week. I have one more. I almost did. I'm going to show you guys here in a few minutes anyway. I painted both of these. One was supposed to be painted and one was supposed to be vinyl. But then somebody wanted it, but they wanted it painted, so it got sold before I actually made it. So I had to switch from from vinyl to paint on it. So, but I am going to do an iron-on. So you guys will get an iron-on sign. I was trying to put out one of each this week. So, since that happened and I got a little bit behind, I will work on that one tonight and tomorrow to get, hey, Miss Sheila, to get those, you made the bags? Great. But I will get that sign in the HTV so you guys can see how to do those. It's pretty simple. It's just like doing your iron-on a shirt, but you're going to be doing it on a board. So just make sure you use your water-based products. Don't use oil-based because we know what happens when you heat up oil-based. It bubbles and that kind of stuff. You don't want to do that. Let me switch back over to Winter Chicken Dinner for people coming in so that they can see if they need a number. I think, Miss Sheila, I think you picked a number last time. Did you pick a number? Yes, you did. You got B2. Okay, you're on there. We're just a few minutes early, so if anybody has any questions, design space or anything like that, you guys can go ahead and ask. I'm going to just start covering. Let me see if I can say this. I've leased Sierra. Did I say that right or did I slaughter it? This is Winter Chicken Dinner. We play this every week. I'm just going to say Sierra because I don't know if I'm murdering your name or not. We play Winter Chicken Dinner. But you pick a number, and sometime during the video or at the end of the video, I will choose a number out of the hat, and that person will win a small gift. I do that every Monday on our lives. Hey, Buppy, that's Marion. 25. Let me get you right there. If I can remember. Did I spell that right? R-A-D-K-E? Radke? Marion Radke? I think. You would like 24? You have to be present to win. If I draw your number and you're not here, then your number gets taken out of the hat and it's up for grabs for somebody next week. So let me put 24 and 25 into the bucket. There's 24. There's 25. Hi, Doris. You sure can. Let's get you over there on 67. I'm just going to put Beckley if that's okay. You also must be a member of one of my groups. Doesn't matter which one, as long as you're a member of one of them. You can be a member of all of them if you want. You're moving? Okay, well, you just let me know, Marion, through Patreon or Messenger or whatever, so that I can keep, until you've got everything settled, I will keep that address to the side until you get everything changed online. So if you win, just let me know. Another thing, guys, if you're not a Patreon supporter, please consider supporting on Patreon. You get access to all my files, giveaways, all of those things. You can support me on Patreon here. The files we are working with tonight are Patreon files. There are 2 different ones. I don't know if it's going to let me. There it goes. So there are going to be a couple of files. Hi, Kathy. Keeps buffering. I have, oh, let me see if I can close out. Let me close that out. Maybe that will help. I have everything closed out and nothing is running except YouTube and my programs that I have to have. Let me turn this off too. We are also waiting to hear word from our other moderator, Jamie. Her granddaughter is supposed to be born sometime today. So anybody who doesn't have a number, just let me know. We'll stick you in there. You have until about 7:15 to choose a number from those that are not taken. Sue, can you explain bleed and in what instance would you turn the bleed off? Good question, Sue. Let me just minimize this. We can come back to it. Oops. I don't want to do away with it. There we go. If you are doing a print then cut, hi Marissa, Marissa needs 10, I got you. If you are doing a print then cut, let me just pull one in here and explain the bleed. I don't know why I get this all of a sudden, but I do. Let me just go back and try it again. All right, let's do printables so I don't have to search through everything. Let me pick this one and this one and this one and insert those images. Okay, I've selected a couple of images and we have Olaf here and we have a couple of besties and then we have a tag. Now these are all set for print, as you can see over here in the layers panel. And when we hit make it, it puts these in perspective for us so that we can use as much of the page as possible. So when you're doing printables, instead of just printing one image, if you know you may be using some other images, grab those, pull those images in, and utilize your paper, especially if you're using sticker paper or something like that, and fill it up. That way you can just toss them in a little bucket or something and have images ready to go that are already cut out of your cardstock, and that will allow you not to waste as much. But as far as the print and cut goes, when we say, oh, I got something in there for $1.99. That's okay. I'll just buy it, whatever it is. I'll use it at some point, I'm sure. Oh, Olaf. I'll definitely use him, so that's cool. All right, so when we go to print, we're going to hit this and send it to the printer. And you see right here where the bleed is automatically left on. Okay, hi Karen. The reason that that is on is because it puts a blurred border. I know that it's hard to see on this. I can't really make it any bigger. But it puts a blurred outline along each one of the images on there. And the reason that that is on there is so that if your print and cut is slightly off, so if it's off, you won't have that white edge border, okay? That keeps you from getting a white edge on, say, her hair right here, having a white edge down this side, and this side not having one. Bleed allows you to eliminate that. Now, when would you turn it off? If you want a white edge so that it looks like a stamped image with a die cut, I know some of you guys may not know what I mean, but if you stamp an image, say you buy a stamp set that comes with dies, so you can stamp the image, put that die over it, and then die cut it, and you have that white border around it, that's when you would turn off that bleed. If you want it to look that way, then turn off that bleed. So that's the difference. That's going to give you that white edge around every one of your print and cuts when you turn it off. Whereas the bleed, you can see that it blurred it up some. You can see how it blurs it up, and that gives you that edge to eliminate it. Did that answer your question, Sue? I'm trying to get down here to my cancel. I can't see it. There we go. So that's what your bleed does, especially for something like this. You may want to take the bleed off, like for Olaf, so there's a white edge and this wouldn't be so tiny. And that way it'll cut and leave a white edge around the outside of that. On this, I would say, you know, leave that bleed on. That way it'll cut and cut properly right down the edge of all of it. Tags, it depends on my tag. Something like this, I would probably want a white edge on it. And it looks like it already has one set, so you could turn the bleed off on that and it wouldn't even matter. Okay, let me pull up the Winter Chicken Dinner board again and get Marissa on there. Let's see. Just one R. Well, I really typoed that, didn't I, Marissa? There we go. And let me put 10 in the bucket. Yeah, that's what that is, Sue. And if you're not getting a good white edge, or if you're getting, leaving the bleed on and you're getting a white edge and you shouldn't be, it's time to calibrate. So make sure you calibrate if it's not working for you. Hey, Bonnie, you snuck in on me. I love print and cut, especially when I get an SVG from somewhere else, or there's something like Olaf in all of these little bitty pieces. I don't like to glue those and layer them up. If I want layers and I want it to pop up, I prefer to use foam dots. But I would prefer to pop up the entire image and not just pieces of it. Hi, Catherine. So that's why I like print and cut, because I had much rather cut him as one single piece out of a piece of white cardstock where he has printed than to cut, I don't know, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mats for little bitty pieces. I'm not feeling that. It's cute on some things, but it's a lot easier, and I think that they go a lot better and they look a lot better if you use print and cut instead of trying to piece all those tiny pieces together. Yeah, the layered look. I like to do, when I do print and cut, I like to duplicate my image, like say Olaf, for instance, and then just kind of shadow him just over with some foam dots so that he's on the card flat and then he's popped up, or put a wiggle over him, or even flatten him to the card where I want him to be and then foam dot the second one up over the top of it. That's my layered look. Hi, Deborah. Okay, it's time to go ahead and get started. I'm going to put that up for just a second. I have Marissa in there. Did I miss anybody? Hi, Debbie. Hi, B. Hi, Nancy. I'm going back and making sure I didn't miss saying hello to anyone, everybody that's joining in. Right, it does that, Sue. If it has any shading, that print and cut just adds that dimension to it. I like the Olaf. If I did a print and cut on him, I would probably put googly eyes over his eyes and things like that. I like doing that in Nuvo drops. I did miss it. I thought I did. Thank you, Sue. There we go. Pamela, number 47. Let me save that too, guys, before I go any further. I don't want to lose anybody. Number 47. Let me put that in the bucket. Debbie Roberts, number 11. That takes care of all of those. Taranita, I hope I said that right. I don't mean to slaughter anybody's name. And 18 is in the bucket. Yeah, that gives you that little dimension and that shading, so if they kind of see it. And I have also, before I stick my image down over that, I would take like my Copic markers and I color the edge of my foam dots if they can be seen. That way they kind of blend in and it creates that optical illusion, makes it a little bit better. So that's another little trick you can do on that, Kathy. Put your foam dots on, and before you peel the sticky backing off of and place it, cover those edges with your Copic marker of that foam dot and make it blend in a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I am going to minimize Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. We will draw some point throughout the game or throughout the night. Let me save that. As always, if anybody has a Design Space question or needs any help with a project that they're currently working on, do not hesitate to ask. Please ask your question in caps. That way we won't miss it. And we will get you an answer and show you how to do it here on screen. Nancy, you need number 33. Got it. Let's go ahead and get that one in the bucket. And I am going to switch over to the project camera. Nancy W, 28. Got it. And it's in the bucket. Hi, Deborah. Thank you, Deborah. Yes, you can watch it on the replay. Oh, with the Puerto Rico and the U.S. flag joining together with the lineman. That's right, Sarah. I did. That project turned out really, really cool. Really cool. I love that torn effect, or actually, some people call it torn. Hi, Tabitha. But it's more of a piecing together. Okay, let's come over to the project camera. On today's project, we are going to put together some of these boxes, and these are mini bundt cake boxes. I want to say Valerie Parker, is that right? Vicky Parker, I'm sorry. Vicky Parker asked if I could make a file for the mini bundt cakes. And so I came up with this last minute last night to show you guys. That was a mock-up, and the bottom was a little short. And then I made one that was two-piece, and it was kind of hard to open. So from those two, I came up with these. And this one is one that it has the little tag, and I put vellum in the top. This is a two-piece lift-off, and yes, we have cake. We do. So I just wanted you guys to know that they do fit. Sue, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to eat your birthday cake. And Vicki, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to eat yours too. And then we are going to put together the one that opens up. And this one has the attached lid. But that's going to allow you to be able to open it up and slide the cake out and be able to remove it. Please remember, guys, when you're doing these boxes and you're putting your goodies in them for the holidays, use parchment paper, either in your boxes. It doesn't matter if they're cookies. You either need to put them in a baggie and put them in. You need to either use parchment paper or even a freezer paper. Those will work. Freezer paper is a paper that is coated with plastic. Some people call it butcher paper, but it's got a plastic coating on the back. And that way you can put that plastic coating down or face up and don't have to worry about a mess. And then you could actually glue or tape, use your tape runners to tape these into place in your boxes. So make sure that you do that when you're working on these. Parchment paper, as we all know, is super friendly for food and stuff like that, so that the oils from the food don't discolor your box and soak up into your box. Yes, Tabitha, you could use this, but I also have a disc ornament box, and I have a gable box for the 4-inch rounds as well. And I also have a mini box for the little miniature 2.5-inch ones. So you might want to take a look into those as well. But make sure that you do use some type of food. Now, some of the, I don't know if you can get them on Amazon, Walmart, places like that. I know Hobby Lobby has a couple, but it's very limited. It's a very large pack. I looked, I was going to grab some, but I would never use as much as they have. But during the holidays, if you'll look at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, they have what they call a printed parchment paper, or they have printed wax paper. Those are perfect for these, okay? And you can get those and line this with that. Now you can use your trimmer and just cut a bottom piece and some side pieces and line it if you don't want to go with the look of having the paper in the box like that, loosely. You can, and tape it down. The freezer paper you can actually, like I said, glue right down and leave the plastic side towards the food. Won't hurt anything. It's made for food. So make sure that you do that, because nothing is going to be more embarrassing than to hand somebody a little thing that you've poured your heart and soul into making and giving to them, and then you've got oil leaking through the sides from the baking. You don't want to do that. Both of these boxes will fit either one of these little mini bundt pans, and there is a big, I think, like 18 by 14 or something pan that has like several of the little bundts in it, so that you can make multiples. But you can get these little pans for like $2, $3 at Hobby Lobby. Perfect for little cute little gift ideas. So that being said, Winter Chicken Dinner today is going to get some Agenda 52 stamps. They are going to get a Hershey Gold Bar. And they're going to get a Christmas key, Santa key. And the giant bell. So you can either make a tag that hangs on the door, or you can make a sign with this like I did. But that is Winter Chicken Dinner tonight. And I don't know if I can get this whole thing in there or not. But you guys can see I made a sign, and it has a little bell over here where the reindeer food is. And then the Santa key over here and the special key. So, hi Debbie. You have not missed everything. We're just going over things, and I'm about to put the file together. And then I placed hooks at the bottom where you could hang a little thing of reindeer food. If you have kids in the house, throw some oatmeal with some red and green sugar in there, and they just love that stuff. Or some pretzels or Chex Mix or something like that. And then a place to hang their stocking. And then on this end over here, I don't know if I can get it in camera, guys, it says Santa's cookies. So you can hang a little baggie or a food thing that has Santa's cookies in it as well. So that, I had a little glue dot or something roll out there. Adhesive square or round. So you're going to get the key and the bell to make that with the Winter Chicken Dinner. The other file that was loaded this week is the reindeer games. And you can do this in vinyl or you can paint it. You can do it either way. I did include both into the file. And this is just my take on the white elephant game if you have family and stuff. So you can, when they roll their die, which I got for $1 at Michael's, and I did a metallic wash, silver wash on these. I have about $9, maybe $10 in this game because this wood here cost me $8. I think a full price it's like $12.99. So it's not bad, but they get to roll the dice and follow the rules. And I do have a PDF of the rules so that you can print that out and put it on the back. I still have some air bubbles to work out, but I printed this on Cricut printable clear sticker paper. I put it on the board, and then I covered it with Oracle 651 transparent. So, and basically it just depends on how many in the family, you know, if you've got a ton of people, they're going to start with their own gift, and everybody's going to pass it around until they're holding a different gift, and then they'll start rolling and play the game. But it's a great way, especially with large families like we have, because you want to buy for everybody and you just can't, because I mean 20 people, if you only spend $10, you've spent $200. So we kind of do a $20 gift limit that could be for a man or a woman, and we play the game. That way we all get to have laughs and cut up and have fun and enjoy, because it's not a quick game. If you have a large family, it could take a couple of hours to play, but it's a lot of fun. Everybody loves it, and you get to fellowship with them during that time. So let me pull over my pieces. If you are a Patreon, you already have the file, and you should have already gotten it cut. And on this one, I don't know if you guys noticed, I put a little brad that looks like a jingle bell on the front of this, and it makes it easy to lift the top up. So you can consider that when you're making yours. If you want to go ahead and put a hole in your file for doing that, you can do that. So I'm going to start with the 2-piece box. The one that has the lift-off lid, the pink one. And you can use acetates, or you can use vellum for your window. And these are the pieces that were cut out from the top and out of the frame. You can use these in the base of your box if you want to go below your parchment paper just to pretty it up a little bit when they take that paper out. So all you're going to do is fold it on the score lines. Everything goes to the inside. Just make sure you fold it all in the same direction. Everything goes in the same direction. And I'm using craft board on this because sometimes those little cakes can get heavy, especially when you start adding all that frosting on them. So make sure that you use craft board or craft paper, something that can handle the weight of the food that you're putting into it. And these can be used for gifts too, guys, not just bundt cakes. So if you have a smaller, taller gift than what our little 7x2 box, you can also, like we do our personalized boxes with the names, you can do that on these too. Don't forget, anything that ever has a window like that, we can do that. And you're going to make sure that you glue your tabs to the inside. You never want your tabs on the outside for your boxes, unless it's a special project that calls for that. Always make sure you keep your corners good and square, guys. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm just folding that over on the inside here. I just fold it in like this to get my glue on. And then just give everything a good rub. That's how easy the base is. That's all there is to it. And like I said, if you want to put in one or two of these and just kind of offset them, just to make a pretty bottom in there, you can. Totally up to you. Or you can put them to the side. Use them for the tag. Use them on another card. And then with the lid, everything, again, is folded away from you. And you'll want to hold that edge. Be careful with that edge because it is thin and you don't want to mess up the edges. So it's a little more fragile in folding than the base, but doable, especially with the new scoring wheel. It scores it pretty good. And I use the double on this, even though it's just regular Cricut cardstock. I still use the double wheel on it. That gives me that smooth edge without the cracking, especially on a food box like this. I don't want that cracking. And once I have that folded, after I folded it, you can do this either way that you would like. I like to put this on now. Go ahead and put your vellum piece in there. Go ahead and get that tacked down. And then your frame piece. Make sure that you're not going over your score line, because you guys know that I like that finished look. And this hole in this one is cut bigger just so that you can see the edge, especially if you use clear. You will see the edge of the other. It's just a decorative element. That's the only reason it's like that. If you do not want a hole in the box, can somebody tell me what they would do to fix that where there was not a window in the box? Contour. Got it. Yeah, you're just going to highlight that and contour that center out, and then you'll have a solid top. And then again, just like the bottom, keeping it square, you're going to put the tabs to the inside and pay attention to the edges. You want to make sure that your edges are good and glued. You don't want them floppy. So get glue all the way to the edge. See, like this, I didn't. And if there's any stress, see how that corner lifts up? And then that creates the start of your box coming apart. And then just go to the inside and give everything a good rub. And then it is complete. That's all there is to making that box. This printed vellum, Marion, I got at, I don't know, I think it was Hobby Lobby. It's Paper Studio. They have tons of printed vellum, and here's a little tip. The butterfly card that we're going to do on Saturday for Patreons, the vellum that I used on that card, I printed it because I bought one sheet that was on clearance because that was all that they had. So I scanned it into my computer and I cleaned it up and I used it as a pattern to print my vellum. So you can print and cut your vellum too. But yeah, they have all sorts of different vellums, but I usually only buy one and then I just buy the clear or use the Cricut vellums, and then I print my own from there. Same here. This was like a pack of 5 from Michaels with the Swiss dots on it. I just scan it in and clean it up or load it as a pattern. And then I always have enough vellum because you can buy the vellum plain sheets at Hobby Lobby and Michaels and stuff in 12 by 12s. So you get more bang for your buck there. You can cut it down to a 8.5 by 11. Then you have scraps of the regular, and then you've got your printed as well, or you can, like I said, pattern fill something. Now this is the one with the attached lid, and I'm again using vellum instead of acetate, and this is like a wood grain. I'm going to make a guy's type box, and here's the pieces that came out. Well, I forgot to do the tag. You guys know how to do a tag. You just put the thread in it, stamp it, or have the Cricut write on your tag and use that for your gift exchange. And then I wanted to also show you, you guys, lots of us have these in packages and stuff like that. You can use that for the base. Cricut carries the corrugated. This is really cute in the bottom of the box. So we're going to put that one in the bottom of this one. So here is the top. Of course, it has the hole in it. And then here is the base. And I know it looks kind of weird because you have this piece that's not quite square. This is going to be the back of the box where it opens. Karen, you go to, let me just pause. This won't take but a second to put it together while we're on the topic, and I will show you exactly how you would do that. Let me swap over to Design Space here for you guys for just a second. Okay, when you're in Design Space and you have, let's just go ahead and pretend that you have scanned your vellum. You're going to come into your new project and you're going to go to Upload. And notice here on the Upload screen, this is where we go when we upload our images. But over here on the right is Upload a Pattern. So you can click on Upload a Pattern, and let's just go and get one. Say that you have found a pattern that you want to use. I don't like this blue swirly. So I'm going to right click, and I know this has, of course I would have to purchase this. It has a watermark on it. So I'm just going to download that image. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to browse. And let's see. My downloads. And I am going to drag that in. And this is a pattern fill. Okay, and I'm just going to say blue swirls. I'm going to name it. And then I am going to come down here. This is not St. Patrick's, Thanksgiving, miscellaneous. I'm going to click that. I'm going to click winter. That would be good for winter. Whatever you want to, a beach or a pool, baby, celebrations. You're just going to pick whatever fits in the way that you would look something up. I'm going to say it's contemporary textures. That looks good. And then I'm going to say that it's in the blue family. And I'm going to click save. I'm done. It may take it a moment. Don't worry. Let it process. Let's see. Is that volume better, guys? No, Kathy, I use regular vellum. That they do make a printable vellum, but I use the regular stuff. I've never had a problem with it. I've used it in a laser printer, and I've used it for in an inkjet, and I've never had a problem using vellum in either one. But now you see that I'm right back here on this screen, and it appears that nothing happened. But it did. It really did. So let's go into a project, or let's go new. I'm just going to replace. And let me just put in an octagon. Let's grab a shape. And now I'm going to click on the scissors. I'm going to change it to print. And then notice under there, patterns appear. Unless you've changed it to print, you will not see patterns in your layer attributes panel. So now you can click on patterns. And my uploaded pattern is right there. I'm going to select it. Give it a moment to process, because I do have a lot going on with my live stream, so it's normally a lot faster than this. Being a new pattern, it may take it a few minutes. But then you're just going to edit it down till it looks like you want it to look. Okay? And the way you do that is you can go back to your printer if you've clicked off of it. And down here at the bottom you see edit. Especially on something that might be tiled and it not seamless. You'll want to go in here and either make it smaller or larger, however you want it to look. And then you can print that from there. Yeah, it's a fantastic tool. I use it a lot. I use it when especially if I've bought a specialty paper and it's been discontinued. I scan that paper and I upload it to patterns so that I can have it at a later date and use it. If you go to, say, the Hungry JPEG or something, they may have some specials on patterns and things like that, but you can select like these wood patterns and you can use those for your patterns in Design Space. Yeah, I don't know if some of, hey baby girl, I don't know if some of you, yes, with discontinued papers, because they're discontinued, you can't get them anymore. If you want to make a project using your favorite paper, you need to have it in pattern fill. But it's a good way to save that paper. But yes, I print on regular vellum. It doesn't smear. It does take longer to dry, guys. If you're using an inkjet, just give it 5-10 minutes to dry. Let it sit, let it dry, don't touch it. Yeah, I don't know if some of you guys saw last week I posted, you know, one of my past projects from a year ago or 2 years ago or something. It was the beach house gazebo with all the beach theme papers. I had bought that pack and I went to the store to get another pack because I knew that there wasn't enough of the papers I wanted to use. They didn't have any more. So I came home and I scanned it and I printed all of my paper on white cardstock so that they matched. Because when I printed one, of course, my ink is different from what was printed from the factory. So I just printed everything so I had one cohesive look. I didn't have anything that was discolored. But that's how you can do that. Yeah, it's very easy, very simple to use, and you guys you'll love it. Trust me, you'll love it. Once you get to using it, there's no going back from that point. Like buffalo plaid, it's so hard to get. So if you get a sheet of it, save that pattern. That way you can print your own. Because if you buy it, what if you want it in vinyl, printable HTV? You can print those patterns on all of those mediums. So it's an excellent thing to have. Great tool. Great question, guys. So let's go back over and put together the second box. And this is the one that is attached. So we're going to put this together and show you guys how to do that one. And we'll start with the base. Again, fold everything away from you. I have to be a little more careful with this craft paper because even with the double scores on it, this stuff is so fibrous. But I didn't want to use all my craft board because I had enough of these boxes already in making the mock-up. But I got lucky. The first one worked. I just had a little bit of tweaking to do and made the second one. Do not glue these on the side where the weird piece is. Do not glue these. If you glue these, you're going to have a really, really, really tough time getting that cake in and out of the box because this is what you're going to have. It's going to be glued here, and then you can, of course, push this back and get in there. But I like, if you want to do it that way, that's perfectly fine. Go ahead and glue it. But I like the fact that I can fold those back and they have room to remove the cake without messing up the box. That way they've got the box they can use for something later. Because when you make something like this, it's from the heart and it's special, and it's something that they may want to keep and treasure. Printable HTV, Sierra, I get that. Mine, I use StarCraft brand. That's the one that I like. Cricut is out of theirs, plus theirs was not washable. Brilliant Vinyl. I don't know if Sue can get that link for me. I may have typoed it. It's just not letting me. If you can post that link, but it's called StarCraft. It comes in the light and the dark. Thank you, Sue. But I wash mine. I don't baby it. I have bleached it. I've done everything, and it still looks really, really, really good. If you baby it, the brightness and everything is going to last a lot longer. Mine is still really bright. I can tell that it's starting to fade slightly, but I think that's more the shirt rather than the StarCraft because I have one shirt that's not doing it. It hasn't faded at all. So I really think it's the fibers popping through on the shirt on the other one and not actually the printable. So then you have your box base, and it looks just like this. You can set that to the side. And again, with your lid, fold everything away from you. Let's see if I can get this on that score line. And these boxes go together really, really quick. Nothing really difficult about them. I think they're cute. Okay, and then you're just going to glue these two. Now, if you want to put a brad in there, let's see. Let's get that centered. Let me grab a pen and just mark it. If you want it for decoration or for just for look, whatever you want to do. I'm going to take my pokey tool and just insert a hole. To me, this is just easier to do before you glue up the sides, and I'm just going to put a leaf on this one. Just for decor. It won't help because it's flat. It won't help to open it like this raised brad will, but it's still cute. And then I am going to be putting this corrugated in the bottom of this, and like I said, you can glue that down or you can leave it loose, whatever you want to do. And then I'm putting a wood grain vellum in the top of this. Perfect guy's box, right? And then you're going to glue this tab, keeping it square. Oops, I forgot my frame, didn't I? That's okay, I can drop that in. I like the way that this gives it a finished professional look. Just kind of drop it in there, yeah. Drop it in and cover your vellum. Oops, don't pull it off. Just like that. Now this, I'm just going to glue that down so I don't have to deal with it flopping. What I did on mine is I put glue on this tab rather than this, because you don't want glue off on these edges because nothing's going to be on that glue. So I put the glue on the back of this piece. Then what I did is I took this box and placed it over it like so, just like the box would be. And then I got glue on my fingers. Then I lined this up and aligned it, guys. And then just open it up and give it a good press down. That way you know it's lined up and it's where it needs to be. There's no fighting it or fussing with it. With the detached lid, Vicki, it's in the exclusives. This one is the exclusive. This one is in the design tab. This one's in the exclusives tab. And then let's see. You might want, depending on what you're using for your tag, you may want to make that hole just a tiny bit bigger. And there we go. I might fray that out a little bit. There we go. And you have your tag for that one. Does anybody have any questions on how that went together? Yeah, winner chicken dinner here. I'm going to make sure that I didn't miss any numbers, that I got everybody in there. Those last couple of numbers. 67 is in there. I'm looking through my tabs that aren't taken. Okay, looks good. So I'm going to shake them all up. Does anybody else have any other questions? And I am shutting my eyes, I promise you guys. And I'm just going to pull one out. Number 32. Claudia. Is Claudia here? Claudia, yay! Claudia, our winner. Claudia, I will get that out in the mail to you. Yes, please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up on the video. Claudia, your number going back in the bucket. I will get you your Jingle Bell, your Hershey bar, your stamps, and your Santa key. Guys, if you did not hear me or see on the group, if you want one of these, Hobby Lobby. Right now they're 40% off. They're only $3.99, so make sure you grab those because I can guarantee you they won't last until Christmas. They'll be gone. It's just like the disc ornaments. They snap them up and they're gone. Yay! I'm glad, Sue. I'm glad. I love it when people learn. So guys, don't forget, every Monday night, 7 o'clock, we always go over the projects of the week. We will probably always do a project as long as we can fit it in a time frame. And we will always do Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. So make sure that you're here. You have to be present to win on Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. You did get them, Nancy? Great. I knew that somebody had asked me. That's right, it was Nancy. She asked about where they were. I've been to 2, and both of them that I went to, they only had 3. So they do not have a large supply. Okay, if you guys have any questions or anything, please don't hesitate to ask in the groups or message one of us. We're happy to help. Happy upcoming birthday to Sue, our moderator, Sue C. We appreciate everything you do. We appreciate all the moderators. We're waiting on Jamie to find out about her granddaughter supposedly being born today. You guys work on pattern fill, and we will be using that on Patreon's Saturday Live pattern fill, and we're going to be going over making flip cards, the double flips. At 3 o'clock, Cappy. The Saturday Live is at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. That way you guys have time to have lunch and relax and chill out after running all day Saturday morning and grabbing your craft items. Thank you to all my patrons. A special thank you to Rhonda Morales. I appreciate all you guys, and I will see you. Let me switch over to my webcam so I can say bye. I always forget to do that, guys. You have to remind me. I just want to say thanks to everybody, and I will see you patrons on Saturday. Everybody else, I'll see you on Monday. Y'all have a great crafting week. Bye-bye.